What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video, we're creating a portrait illustration of Russell from Disney Pixar's Up. Let's begin today's lesson by adding some guidelines to help with the balance and symmetry of our drawing. We'll start at the very top in the middle. Just going to sketch a line coming down the center of our page. Coming all the way down towards the bottom. Now let's move to the center and draw another line going across from left to right. So we'll start with the left side and just stretch that out towards the right. Now we're going to use these two lines to help us create a large circle in the center of our page to define the size of the head. So from the center, we're going to move up towards the top. Just mark off the top of our circle. Let's take that same distance from the center and do the same thing across the bottom. Now we want to repeat that same process across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from the center over towards the left and then the right side. Now we want to connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. So let's start with the top left. We just want to rough this in. We don't have to be perfect with the circle. You can always go back and just smooth this out. And we're just using this as a guide. Now with our circle and guidelines in place, we start blocking out the proportions of the facial features. Let's start right in the center. We're going to sketch out a circle for the nose. Go all the way around. Back up towards the top. From the top of our circle, let's draw another line going all the way across towards the left side. And then the right. Now the inside corner of the eyes are going to line up with the outside of the nose. So we start on the left, go all the way up towards the top on both sides, and we'll stretch that down towards the bottom. Now from these 2 points, we're just going to angle the bottom of the eyelids going up and then out towards the side of our circle. Just drawing a straight line going out. And then going back to the inside, I'm going to curve the eyelid going up, round out the eyelid, and bend that down towards the side. Now I want to pull the iris and pupil towards the inside. So we start from the top of the eyelid, we're going to draw a circle. It's going to go out past the bottom of the eyelid and up along the top, and then do the same thing on the right. From the bottom of the nose, let's step down, draw a straight line going across the mouth. Let's connect these 2 points with a curve going up and then down. And it'll just curl up the corners of the mouth on either side. Let's add a bracket. Now the bottom of the mouth, we just want to shift this over towards the right. So we start on the left side, come down an angle, round this out, and just pull that up towards the right. And then along the top, let's add another curve, coming down and then up for the teeth. And just define that center line to separate them. Now we're going to go back up to the top and draw in the eyebrows, halfway between the top of our circle and the inside of the eye. So right here, curve this up and then down towards the side. Do the same thing on the right. Let's add some thickness to the eyebrow, going up higher in the middle and then bend that down. Now let's move out to the side and draw in the ears. We're going to start from the left side of our circle, draw a half circle going out, go up and then back in. Now we're just going to add a little bit of detail around the neck. Let's start from the bottom of the ears. I'm just going to curve the scarf going out and then down towards the side. Now we connect the bottom with a curve. We're going to come down in the middle. I just want to bend that up in the center, come down towards the right and then back up. From that center point, bend this up and then out underneath the head on either side. Now I'm going to flip the right collar on top of the scarf. I'm going to start up here, and this up and then down, go out and then back up. Now we're going to go back up to the top and add some volume for the hair. Let's start on the side of the head, just beside the ear, bend this up and then out, bend this up towards the top, come across and then down towards the right. Now we're going to layer the hat brim in behind the hair. Let's start from the side, bend this out, go all the way around towards the top, and then just bend that down on the right side. Let's go to the right side of the hair, go up, and then in for the hat. Now that we have a rough sketch in place, let's go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. And now that we've cleaned up our drawing, I'm going to go and start adding some more detail and refine the shapes. So I'm going to start with the eyes, starting along the top of the eyelid, Add a little bit of a bend. Come down across the bottom and then in. And I'm just going to layer the iris and pupil in behind. Just tucking that in. I'm just going to add a small highlight circle along the top right side of the eyes. Draw a small circle in the center for the pupil. I'm just going to darken up the pupils going around that highlight. And I'm also going to darken up the outside of the iris, just going a shade lighter than the pupil. I'm just going to enhance the top edge of the nose with a curve. Just add a little bit of shading along the top. Also defining the bottom edge. I'm just going to darken up the inside of the mouth, going around the teeth. And then we're just going to roughly shade in the eyebrows. I want to give a little bit more shape to the head, so just bumping out the side of the cheeks and then bringing that in a little bit narrower across the neck. And we'll go back and just add a little bit of texture to the hair. Just brushing this out, just adding some points going across. Also adding a little bit of a widow's peak in the center of the forehead. So a little point coming down. I'm just going to add a subtle fold along the outside of the collar. Just rounding that point on the outside. I'm just going to add that square clasp in the center. I'm going to go back and clean up our drawing one final time before we add more detail and shading. Now I'm going to move to a 2mm pencil lead and start shading in the hair. So we're going to darken up the sideburns. I'm just going to brush the texture going up and across towards the left. So starting along the base of the hair, just going up and then out. Just pulling these lines. And we don't have to go all the way out. and go back and come in after. So we'll start with a rough pass first, then we'll go back and just clean that up after. So we'll go back to the outside and just pull these in. I'm going to go back and switch my pencils and add a little bit more detail to the hair fibers. Just add a little bit of texture inside the hat brim, just tracing that curve on the inside, just creating some rings of stitches going all the way around. Now I'm going to add a shadow starting from the right side of the hat brim, and we just want to fade that out as we go towards the left. So right about here, we're just going to fade that out. Now we're just going to add a light blush across the cheeks. Now the hair and the hat are going to cast a little bit of shadow across the top of the forehead. So go dark along the top and just fade that down. Let's add a light shadow across the top of the eyes. Now as we get closer to the end, we're just going to tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more contrast, and always be sure to sign our artwork. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Russell from Disney Pixar's Up. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Hey everyone, if you really want to discover your artistic potential, then join our Club Masterclass membership. For just $1 a month, you'll gain instant access to exclusive members-only drawing tutorials, virtual art camps, and much, much more. Join our thriving community of passionate artists just like you and let your creativity soar. So just click that link in the description and I'll see you in the club.